Hello, everybody. Landed for Success. This is Samantha Glass here with you live on the Landed for Success platform. And for everyone else watching worldwide, we are here with a speaker spotlight interview. And I'm so delighted because I hear such amazing things about this individual, Kula Sellathurai. I'm sorry if I pronounced that terribly, but I'm here because you have this upcoming event for Landed for Success members, exclusive members, and for those on our platform at 14,000 plus. And I want to learn more about you. I saw your interview earlier today, an interview with Gordon, and I've been to Netwin Place, so I can tell you an amazing place for sure. So Kula, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you, Samantha. Thank you for that great introduction. Appreciate that.
So I've left it open to mystery for those that don't know you, but I understand, and I watched your interview and referred to you as the man of success. And it's interesting because I see this book on your profile called Action Leads to Success. And I was like, I'm like, this is amazing. This is definitely a man of success. Can you tell the viewers, what does success mean to you, Kula?
Well, success means to me every day, like when I come to my work, I jump out of the bed, enjoy my time here. It's like my office place is playground. When I come here, I come here to play. I'm not come here to work. That's what I feel success to myself as a person, a business person. But success means you achieve what you want to achieve in your life. You achieve it happily. You achieve it with a purpose. That's what I believe actual success to people. But to me, being at my workplace is very successful because this is where I have fun. This is my playground. So, like playing every day, isn't that success in life?
I love that. I love that. Yeah. If you're not having fun, then what are you doing?
Exactly.
Right? That's amazing. So everyone that's watching, post in the comment section what success means to you, but you got to get yourself a pen and a paper, notepad, whatever you can, because you're going to hear some amazing things. I got some tidbits from the earlier interviews today. So Kula, I know that you kind of told your story, and to me, you sound like an individual that is super resilient, right? You faced obstacles. Like you didn't just snap your finger and one day opened your eyes and you are where you are today.
I wish I could have done that.
Right. So do you want to share a little bit more? Because you kind of said some of those things earlier today, but take us a little bit deeper. What are some of the struggles that you faced that, you kind of just, you were almost at a point of quitting, but you said, no, I'm going to keep going on. You need to share some of those with us today?
Well, yes, like I mentioned earlier too, I don't know if many people watch that. I was born into a very humble family back in Sri Lanka. It's a tiny island. We were 7 children. Only my father was working, and he's just working for a government employee. I don't think he would have brought enough money to feed those fast-growing 7 children. So we were struggling. We were struggling to bring food on time, bring good food to us. And 2-3 days ago, I was making food for my daughter, and I told her that we are lucky to have meat almost every day. Back home, when we probably every 2 weeks only, we had the privilege to have this mutton or chicken or whatever it is. We didn't have enough money to buy these things as a normal, what we are enjoying here in Canada today. That was a struggle. I had to go to myself and my brothers. We had to go to farm in the morning before we go to school. So we wake up around 5 o'clock and study for half an hour, do our whatever homeworks, and then we go to the farm. Put water into the farming things or spray pesticides, anything that we had to do in that morning. Then we come back and then go to school. This was our routine when we were young. I remember when I was young as 10 years old, we had to do that. But that was our challenge. And as growing up, I never slept on a bed. We didn't have bed at home. So I had to sleep on mats. That was my beginning of life. Until I left Sri Lanka to Singapore, where I work and study, I didn't have those luxuries. Then Singapore, I got to have those things. And then from Singapore, I came to Canada. Obviously, it's one of the beautiful countries in the world. Then after that, I started living. But this is my life started. This is how my life started.
So during that time, the struggles that you went through, was there any point in your time, any even 1% of doubt in your mind that you're like, oh gosh, this is not going to get better?
Oh yeah, many times. Oh, especially when I arrived in Canada,
Mhm.
I wanted to go back. I cried mostly, I think probably almost a month. I was crying every night. Why did I come to this country? I didn't know anybody. I didn't know the language. I didn't understand what people were talking. I could not adapt to the food system. The weather was bad. You know, anything, the culture is different, new, and all those things are not suitable for me at that time. So the entry point was not welcoming to me, but I said, hey, I'm here. But one thing I felt, the people were very friendly. No matter what, they were accommodating me. They were helping me. They were supporting me. So that's enough for me to think that there is a way I can grow in this country. I can adapt myself into the country's culture and country's mosaic. So we can live together as one thing. That was my stepping stone. But that's the only hope I had at the time. And until today, that's the hope letting me live where I am today.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Now, I'm going to ask you, based on your experience, what advice can you give people that have that doubt in their mind and they are like literally leading towards the place of just giving up and they see no light at the end of the tunnel? What advice would you share?
Well, the most easiest thing, first of all, is giving up.
Yeah.
You know, wake up in the morning and you see, look through the window, oh, snowing, I can give up. But going through that snow and going through that challenge, that's what makes you a person. That's what makes you a mankind. That's what makes you a challenging person. Like you have to learn to accept these challenges as fun. Challenges are there, but how do we face the challenge? How do you adapt the challenge, accommodate the challenge to ourselves and handle them?
Right.
So a lot of people, when they see life is not without pain. If you expect life to be without pain, I don't think anybody can live in this world. Life is part of life is going through painful uh, situations, painful events. So our parents pass away, our sibling pass away. This is stuff we have been created. We have been created this way. So we got to learn to accept these challenges, these painful situations, these ups and downs in life. Once you understand that ups and downs are inevitable, then you will accept it as they come. It's like we going on a roller coaster ride, lining up there for 15, 20 minutes. We get in there and the roller coaster goes slowly. We just sit and watch. And then the second it started to roll, go fast, that's when we make noise. Oh my God, I shouldn't be here, everything. And a few minutes later, once it come to full stop, we go back and line up again to
Right.
go through the same pain.
We want more punishment.
Oh, yeah. So this is something, that's a fun situation. But
Yes.
even though it's painful for a few minutes, we enjoy that. We learn to enjoy that. So the kids always run around and go for that thrill and that pain situation. So life is a roller coaster. How do we look at it? Is it fun? Or is it painful? It's entirely in your hand.
Definitely, definitely. That's great advice. I really appreciate you sharing that. I think it's amazing. Now, I'm going to lead into your event that's coming up because I
Yes.
understand you have this event coming up where it is called Leading Through the Pandemic. And we just heard some news today by the government, the Ontario government, that they're now going into a more strict lock. Like this is the real lockdown. We're in a lockdown already, and now this is a more serious lockdown that we're getting into. So businesses are struggling. People are struggling. They're closing their doors. People are trying to keep a positive mindset personally, but they don't know if they're going to be able to survive with their business. So I have a question actually from one of the viewers, and they're asking, what business would you suggest someone start during this uncertain time?
Well, it is again the business mean. Before I say what I suggest, let me give you some stories. But
Sure.
the example, if you take yourself, you are very good at what you're doing today. But if somebody asks you to do, say, example, pizza delivery, you may not be it might not be suitable, or you may not enjoy it. The minute you don't enjoy it, no matter how good business it is, it doesn't connect with you. You won't be successful on that business. Some people say, I have money, I want to do that. Like for an example, porta potties are good business. There are a lot of people doing porta potty businesses. Nature's world, they call it. But I don't know if I could do that business because I'm not connected to that business. but it is making a lot of money for many people. So we have to understand this is a pain. There's a pain, I'm solving it, and I want to get into that business. So in my case, 2019, between 2019 and between 2020, December 31st, which is the peak of 2019 December to 2020, peak of pandemic, you can call it, or peak of COVID-19, I have increased $8 million additional to my business.
That's amazing. Holy,
Yeah.
$8 million. Whoa.
I was making in 2019.
Yeah.
My business increased by $8 million revenue.
Wow.
So how do we position ourselves when there is a pandemic? What I did was I was able to connect with Amazon, because Amazon is doing deliveries when people are at lockdown. We are going back again, the serious lockdown tomorrow or day after.
Yes.
So Amazon needed people. So I started supplying people and vehicles for their deliveries. And I signed a contract with them. And that helped me increase my revenue. So I positioned myself where there is necessity and needed. And I love that business because I'm already in that business.
Yes.
So it is connected to me, my heart. And then also there is need for it. So if somebody out there, I was telling people today, I was talking to a few people outside, I was just casually, it's not coaching, but discussions. Mm-hmm. Every single person now, including you, me, everybody, we are starting to use it online, Zoom calls on online internet, and people are working from home, but there is no proper security on this internet service. People home, there's no security. Anybody can hack into that internet. But in my NetWin place, we have a portal called internet security device. It's everywhere. So we pay about $8,000 to $10,000 a year licensing fee on that internet security, so nobody can hack into our internet and our computers. So this is a time everybody working for banks and insurance companies and credit card companies and big corporations who are looking for that kind of security because they have a liability to keep people's information confidential. So you start a small business, going to areas and helping people to keep their internet secure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That will be a better business. Or if you make, like people are home and trying to celebrate, so make like cupcakes and that and this, and if you're good at baking, start baking and deliver people food. Things like that, a lot of other businesses, but I can't particularly say you should do this business unless you love that business.
Right.
As a coach, I understand where people come from. Like earlier I said, I can tell you again, there's two fundamentals in businesses. One, you solve somebody's pain, somebody's problem, somebody's need, solutions to somebody's expectations, or somebody's issues, or somebody's challenges, somebody's problems. That's one fundamental. The other side of the fundamental is you provide people happiness, luxury, entertainment, and pleasure. Yes. So any business in the world is based on that. Solve the need, solve the pain, or give them more fun, more entertainment, more pleasure, more happiness. And some of them combined. Some of them are combined, but most of them are this way. So if somebody want to start a business, you look for that position. Today in this world, what are the needs is there? One of my good friends whom I was talking earlier outside, he was an insurance agent for years, like probably 25 years. He was very successful in the insurance industry. But last year, 2020, his insurance is slowed down. He's locked down. He's not going to work. He can't meet the clients according to the law. So he was trying to sell insurance, very hard to sell insurance over the phone. As you know, insurance is the first thing people reject. Yes. So what he did is he imported all these PPEs from China and other countries, and he sold all these medical masks and sanitizers and disinfectors and all those things, the wipes, those safety wipes, what do you call the wipes, the wet wipes. Now all those things is making good money out of that. Right. So immediately from a financial institution position, he shift or pivot himself into where he can make more money. He imported, and first time he imported a little bit, he didn't have much money. He sold them, he saw the opportunity. He imported a bigger container, which we store it at our place here. So this is how people realize it. When your job is not going, you should start going with another one. Right. So they say that you're pivoting, and you're trying to find another. Life is a pivoting position. Yeah. from grade 1, we've been pivoting to grade 2, grade 3. Every time we pivot, right? We had different friends. We had different expectation. We have different feelings towards people. We different, at one time, we didn't want to see anybody. We shut down the door and say, don't come to me. Leave me alone. That was pivoting. From pivoting that to now, we hug around people. Too many people had not been placed, like we love to see people. So this is our life. We got to pivot. So business is no different than life. It is there, but how do you look at it, how you take it, and how you want to succeed it? It's all entirely up to us.
That's amazing. Thank you. No, it makes a lot of sense. And I think people need to hear that. They need to hear it and understand. And then you have people that are just completely lost and they have no idea what to do now. So you're going to teach people how to lead, like you're going to talk about leading through the pandemic. And what can people expect from the training that's coming up on January the 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? Can you give them, don't tell them too much, but like a little bit of some little hints.
I'm going to explain few industries that they can get into if they like it. And then also I'm going to see how do you approach people at this time, or where are the areas that you can approach. One thing I can tell you, like if you really talk to people who own many condos, now they're crying. Downtown condos are nobody is renting them anymore. But there are a lot of demand for houses in the suburbans and outside suburbans areas, because already everybody's at home, working from home, they are together. But the one challenge people are facing again, at household, 3 children are studying online, husband is working online, wife is working online, they don't have enough the internet power. Internet is struggling there. So how do you put boosters into the thing? So if you go as you can really, you can go join a company who sell boosters, they will support you, or you can read about boosters and import the boosters and start selling them or installing it for them. So there is a lot of little things that outside the regular business thinking. There are a lot of needs are rising now. Villages going to be needed a lot of food. Like everybody's working from home. So they need people to deliver, they need people to come and clean the houses. There's a lot of new needs are arising. So how are we looking at these needs and then help them? People going to be, I think after next year, everybody is going, end of this year, everybody is going to be overwhelmed, staying home 24/7. So they are looking for small get-together, small mothers get together, fathers get together, that you're going to be an event planner, little event planner, saving money for people and helping them to be part of this thing. Because working from home is not going to go away. It's going to be permanent.
Yeah, it's true.
Because banks already found out you use your own toilet paper, you use your own water, you use your own electricity, your own internet, own chair, own desk. They don't need to spend on this real estate anymore for $225, $30, $40 a square feet in downtown buildings. Why would they spend? They know that you can still produce as good as you were in the office, or better than the office, because people my wife normally she starts at 8:30, but I see her on the computer at 7:30 and she's there. She said, what do I do now? I wake up early and I want to do something. I don't have to travel anymore. So the traveling time, she's working already. So banks she's working for a bank. So the banks, the corporations are getting much more productivity because the people are starting early, finishing late. They just still feeling that I come home at 6 o'clock. Why should I finish at 5 o'clock? So
Exactly.
6 o'clock, So you see these changes coming in. It's for the betterment of the corporation's profit and everything. They can give you some bonus on that or incentive on this, and they will be happy, and both sides be happy. You don't need to go through traffic. So we will not see traffic in downtown Toronto not too long now. It's going to go to cut down because nobody's working from downtown. So they are going to invite us, come for the restaurant, come downtown to eat, come downtown to enjoy your entertainment. This is going to happen soon.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is where people have to be paying attention. Okay, now I'm in this position. How do I capture this market, the new market coming up for me? Opportunities are popping up there.
So people need to open their minds. They have to get out of their box and start to open the box and think outside it. And I think that's for so many years. Some people have been in the same industries for years. They don't know how to now adapt to this. So any advice on opening your mind and looking at different needs, because there's tons of different needs now.
Find a mentor, find a coach. I think this is a time They need mentors because the minute your mind is not going forward, you need somebody to open it up again. Somebody who had to ask you questions, somebody to sit down with you and tell you these are the areas that we can look. So you need to find a mentor. Coaches are the best solution for you. There are thousands of coaches out there ready to support you, ready to help you. So this is the time you need a mentor.
What can you tell them a little bit more about what kind of coach you are and how you can help them as a coach?
I'm a leadership business coach, business and leadership coach. I mostly empower people into the leadership, business leadership, basically expand the CEO capacity.
Amazing.
Okay, that's what I do, coaching. But I'm a CEO myself. I coach people into that direction so they can expand their corporations. I'm not sure about what the business they're doing, and I'm not interested in what they're doing, but who they are and where do they have to go is what I focus on.
That's amazing.
I want to share a story. This person is known. I think Gordon knows this person too. Is a young guy called me about 5 years ago, and he said I was the president of a Tamil Chamber of Commerce at the time after the presidency, but I was still known in the community. He called me and said, "I need your help. I want to talk to you." I said, "Okay, fine. Come and see me." He said, "No, I don't have a car. Can you pick me up at the subway station? I live downtown." I said, "Okay, come to a subway." I think a Yorkdale subway. I asked him to come there. We pick him up. And I said, "Let's go for a coffee." He said, "No, sorry, I don't have any money. I don't want to go for coffee." I said, "Never mind. Come with me. I'll buy you the coffee and let's talk." And we went to a coffee shop. And he said, "Listen, I work for a bank. I'm not very happy with the bank. I have a great idea. I want to create it as a business." And I listened to him. He said it was education. I was failing math and all those things, but I found a solution so nobody can go through the pain I went through. I said, "Oh, you find a product and find a solution. That's what you need. That's a purpose.
Yep.
Why don't you start a business?" He said, "There's a big problem. I have a big challenge." "What is it?" "Oh, you had to come and convince my parents who are not allowing him to do the business."
Ooh.
I said, "Oh, wow." So now I have a bigger challenge in front of me. So I went to his parents' house and I was telling him, "Listen, he's just young, 24, 25. Why don't you allow him? He has enough time to experiment his business. Why, no, he's in a good position. I don't want him to lose his position. He was working for a bank. This is what parents are thinking." I said, the guy said, "I'm not happy with the bank. I'm not going to achieve in this bank. Why should you push him into something that he's not enjoying it?" So he said, "Okay, well, since you are saying we will let him try this business, but he shouldn't quit the job. He should do it parallelly."
Right.
"Okay, can you manage it?" I think that's the right answer, that right advice they're giving you. You do your business part-time and do your job full-time. The day you make more money than your business, your job, and that's good. You can go full-time.
Yes.
So I gave him that advice. And then obviously we started helping him. We were coaching him and find investors for him. Then we started investing in him. The long story short, that company started 5 years ago, 4.5 to 5 years ago. I don't have exact time. Today, the company is worth $250 million. And
oh my goodness.
on its way to its $1 billion valuation, unicorn valuation. So this is a company, I'm sure your kids and everybody's kids out there, it's a company called Knowledge Hook. They are teaching math online today in the pandemic. Every household using it. Entire North America, Mexico, now he's going to UK, England, Australia, all the countries. So this young guy started this business. If we didn't encourage him, we didn't support him, we didn't give him the opportunity, we would have lost a big success story here.
Right. Yes. So that sometimes you just need that. That's why you talked about coaching, because sometimes you just need that person to open your eyes or give you that kind of like kick. Like, here, go this direction, as opposed to you closing your eyes saying, "I can't do it. Like, let me limit my beliefs and I can't do it now."
And also most of the coaches, what we do is we ask him questions. Why do you think it's going to work? Why do you think it's going to happen? Why do you think you want to do this way? Why do you think this way, this way, this way, this way? The minute you ask him so many questions, it opens up their eyes, opens up their minds, and they find their own path. We don't create path for them. They know their path. They are best at their own field. But just open their eyes, so they can walk safely and rapidly.
That's absolutely amazing advice. For everybody that's watching, give us your likes, share, tell your friends. This is absolutely amazing information. I appreciate your time and taking the time with us today to share your stories And I can't wait for your training. So let me give a shout out for the training that's coming up for everybody that's watching. January the 14th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, learning through the pandemic with your host, JJ Canthan. Tammy Williams is there, and our amazing speaker who is here with you today, Kula. Kula, I'm going to say your last name wrong. I'm going to try again. Sellathurai? Sellathurai?
Yes, correct.
Sellathurai. There we go. I'm working on it. Guys, everybody register. The link is posted in the comment section. If you're watching on another platform, come back and send us a message and we'll send you the link. Be there. You don't want to miss this information. It's a free event with great tidbits. Kula, before we sign off tonight, any last words of inspiration for those that are watching?
I want to share a little story. I like to share stories.
Yes, please.
You guys might have seen this koi fish, heard about Japanese koi fish.
Yes.
Black and orange fish you will see in Chinese shops and fish balls and everything.
Yes.
If you buy this, keep this koi fish in a desktop fish ball, it can go up to like 2 inches length. That's all it's grow. It's like if you put in a glass ball, it goes up to 2 inches and stays there. Take the same fish and throw it into a pond. It can go to 15-inch length and also become big. Okay. So this shows the same fish could not grow here on the glass ball, but it's growing under the pond or when you throw it into the pond. The reason, it has freedom to move around, number one reason. Number two, it's with the other fish. Okay, there are two things. Other fish also guiding it to swim around freely and showing him what to do. Secondly, there's a big threat. There are other fish, big fishes, can eat him out, eat this fish up alive. So he has to grow fast to be safe. Okay, so nobody will attack him. Life is no different. When you have people around you, when you have successful people around you, when there are people to help you, you will become bigger and stronger. Also, when you're threatened, you will become stronger and bigger and stronger, but you may not be in the right direction. So exactly like fish, when you meet coaches, when you have other people like what we are doing next week or this week, Thursday, you are going to associate with many people who are in the same pond. You're going to grow big and grow strong, and you will have a good direction to grow. So I think that's the story I like to share with you guys. And thank you very much for your time, giving me this time, Samantha, and I appreciate. I love to, I look forward to those people that are coming on Thursday. And if they want to, they can suggest some question, which is, I like to do that more than just talking, because when I answer questions, that's when they get the right directions and right solution for their own views. So ask your audience to send questions in advance so I can go through them and I can include them into my coaching and training on that day.
Absolutely amazing. So everybody heard that. Get your questions ready for January the 14th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Register today. Don't delay. Landed for Success here for you. Samantha Glass. Thanks everybody for watching. This is a great interview. Share with your friends and we will see you all on January the 14th.
Thank you, Samantha. Very nice. I appreciate it.
Thank you.